you'll see that there are some parallels between in person, which I consider analog, and digital, which is entirely digitally mediated or online. So, and then again, at some point, and Joel, you know this, when you meet a girl in real life, you will be texting her at some point. She will go online at
Hmm.
some point. So it is important to understand both of these facets of the dating game, which is why we structure it in this way. Whereas I'm more lean more the online side, Joel more the
Yeah.
analog side, but there are some similarities in the sense that it really comes down to you got to put yourself out there. So what I'm wearing right
100%.
now, like it might actually be a good photo from the profile, you know. And guys, you'll figure this out for Instagram too. You have different angles that are much better. Like face on, I have a long face, not a good one. More kind of from this, a little better. So you'll learn all this stuff on the online side. But regardless, like if I were to walk out right now wearing this and looking the way I do, okay, it's not digitally mediated anymore, but I still have to put myself out there. I'm still presenting
Mhm.
myself. A lot of times I don't use the same lines as I do online because online is kind of implied that she's on a dating app. She's open to the idea of potentially dating. Whereas cold approach, you don't have any idea who she is. You don't know if her husband or brother or cousin or whatever is around. You don't know what she's doing when you intersect with her in real life. But regardless, you still have to have a good sense of who you are, what your goals are, who you're looking to attract, putting yourself out there, showcasing that. It's actually, I think it's more difficult in real life because you have to be on, you have to showcase and illustrate your personality and build attraction and look for indicators of interest and know where she's at on the escalation scale in real time, move things forward, build the attraction, set the date, and then get her on the date. Or Joel, you can comment on this. I'll kick it over to you. Insta dates too. So I want to draw those
Yeah.
parallels between online, which is more my side, and then kick it over to Joel for your
Yeah.
in-person synopsis.
Hell yeah, brother. And absolutely, guys, like there are similarities that I'm going to make sure we can touch on, and you guys can see the parallels, because had I not learned from Jaron on how to run online game, I wouldn't have been able to convert the dates I meet in person to an actual date. So because I would say like, "Hey, how are you?" Right? Like really basic, like boring text. So our secret opener, and we're gonna have a challenge
Mhm.
coming up soon, guys, where you can get my opening and cold approach text strip. Well, I'd say not text strip, but what you say on a date, and then basically we're gonna have a 30-day challenge where you guys can. We're gonna have a WhatsApp group, and you're gonna report in every day. We're gonna ask you to do 1 to 3 approaches, and then report on those using kind of the script that I'll share with you guys. And then, you can get live feedback from other guys in the group. You can get live feedback from us, and it's just going to be a really cool way to start making little baby steps right away, because maybe you aren't ready to do the full consulting with us, but this is, I think, is a good place to start. So we'll have more information about that in the coming weeks. But for now, yeah, like you said, man, it's cold approach is definitely, it's a different game. I wanted initially to do online, but it just didn't work for me, especially where I was from. I'm from a very liberal college town, and I didn't have the best photos either. Like I wasn't super fit at the time either, so I was a lot skinnier, and it just didn't work for me. So I by default had to go to the streets. And now looking back, I'm very grateful because we're here where we are today. And I think there are some good pros that I've experienced from cold approach that we'll share with you guys.